Hello everyone, we are here with the Corvair's engine today to let y'all know of a couple of issues I found with it. Okay, first thing, this head is cracked on this corner. This corner is bent in and cracked and broken and is actually opening up to the inside of the engine. So this head is no good anymore. It's trash. Could probably be fixed if somebody was desperate enough, but this head is pretty much junk. And the other head, you switch around the other way. The other head is not as severe, but the carburetor stud that was right here had pushed all the way through, and there was some threads on the bottom of the stud. I was able to unscrew the threads, but there's the broken piece is still inside the intake. And these intakes do not come off, they're part of the head, so you got to take the head off and then take the valves off to get the broken piece out. So you got to take care of that. Another thing is, this is not the if I haven't mentioned it already, this is not the original engine for this Corvair. This engine number is on the front. Let me get to it. This engine number is T0426YN, and from my research I believe this traces this to at best a 62 or 63 engine at 102 horsepower instead of the 110 horsepower that my Corvair originally had. So this is not the original engine, and the heads, this one is, I believe this one's original to the block, or at least it's period correct for the block. This head is a late model block, which is a post 65, I believe, and it was a little bit different when it comes to the jugs and everything. There was, I'm not going to go into great detail because I'm just learning this stuff myself. But basically there was some differences between either the heads and the jugs, or both, between the early and late model Corvair engines. There were numerous changes on various things throughout the years of the Corvair. But I do have, right there, I do have another early head that should work just fine on this. Everything looks okay on it. I still need to go through the valves to make sure all the valves are good, make sure the valve seats are all seated properly. But this head's coming off. It's pretty much junk. It's got some busted off mountings on a couple of different spots, along with that being busted. So this head is pretty much junk. So not going to be setting up my camera for any kind of speedy footage. I could, but I don't really have anything to set it on, and I don't feel like getting my tripod out. So I'm figuring this stuff out as I go anyway. So I'm gonna work on this side first, try to get this head off first, and then we'll go to the other side. So let's get the valve cover off, see what the underneath there looks like, and get the rest of that hardware off. Well, here's the inside. That, like I said, this one's not original to the engine, so this side has been apart before. It's looking okay, I guess. Let's need to get the rest of this apart, so get the head off. Well, I got the head off, and this piece over here was definitely broken to the inside of the engine. So I'm gonna say this head is pretty much trash now, but I got the head off. This stud's a little bit bent that way, but I was able to get it off, so I'm gonna see if I can just reuse it and just torque it down properly, as I don't want to mess with these studs if I don't have to. But let's go ahead and push that head back on. Since this one's junk, I'm not going to be able to use it. And I did see that this cylinder, the gasket was actually pooched in, so this one was not sealing properly. Aside from that, it kind of looks okay, I guess. Got some oil in this cylinder, so hopefully the rings are okay. But the cylinder walls look okay. Cylinder walls look good. That could just be from sitting and from moving it around and all that. So let's go ahead and get that other head back on and move to the other side. All right, I got this side back together. Since this is a new type of engine that I'm dealing with, I wanted to put it all back together while it was fresh. And when I get the gasket set, I will take it back apart to put the gaskets everywhere. So now that that side's done, let's go to this side. Well, I got the other side off, and as harder time as I had getting this head off, I don't think this side's been off before. After taking loose three of the intake valves, I figured out that I definitely do not have any pieces from this broken stud inside the head, and I'm about to show you. Okay, when I was taking this apart, I found this nut that was cut on one side, and I couldn't really figure out where it was coming from. And I stuck this, I stuck the stud all the way through again, and realized I had daylight on the other side, which inside the intake with the valves closed, I shouldn't have any daylight. Well, it was drilled all the way through. The nut was cut on one side to hold it in place, and I definitely think I can live with that, but I do think I want to try to do a helicoil on that spot to try to fix it. But if that doesn't fix it, I think this method that was already on here is going to work just fine. Yeah. Now I need to get some more jaws for my valve spring compressor, because I don't have the right jaws to put this back together. All I did was use the socket, put it on the end, and then tap the socket with a hammer to get the keepers out. So now I have to buy some more jaws for my valve spring compressor that go out and down, so I can actually put this on, because my valve spring compressor bottoms out right here and doesn't compress. But yeah, there it is. There's the I guess you can call it an engine inspection on the Corvair, on the engine. And so far I'm liking what I'm seeing. I just need to get a head gasket set so I can finish putting stuff back together. And I will be replacing all of the valve stem seals too, so I need to get that those new jaws for my valve spring compressor so I can have all that done and have it whenever I need it for future projects. So oh yeah, forgot to mention that when I got that other head off, I did not see a head gasket like I did on the other side. So I'm not 100% sure if this other head has been on or off before, but when it's going back together this time, it's going to have head gasket and matching heads, and pretty sure matching carburetors, so it should be good. But fingers crossed that this engine is good. Hopefully it doesn't smoke, and I'll be able to have some fun with it. I think that's going to be it for this video. It was I guess a decent inspection on the engine. Got that other head put on. Was able to get a good look at everything. I'm happy with what I'm seeing. Just needs a little bit more TLC, and this engine will be ready to go back in. So that's going to be it. If you liked the video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.